welcome to our first Youth Talk! Woo! We are so excited because we want to talk to you today about the idea of this podcast specifically. Today, we'll be focusing on how to train yourself to love yourself. The idea of our weekly youth talks is to share ideas and encourage everyone to make an impact, no matter how big or small, or whether it's for themselves or for others. In this episode, we'll be talking about self-love and healthier thinking. Now, to introduce ourselves.
My name is Amy.
My name is Daniela.
I'm Kiara.
My name is Nidhi.
My name's Gaby.
And we are
members
of
the Mayor's Youth Council.
Yes. Now to get things started, you might be wondering why we want to talk about self-love. Well, we share all these different experiences. Now it's time to share it with you all.
So my big thing about self-love all started a few years ago when I decided to start running for different positions in student government in middle school and high school. And, you know, you had like a portion of people that really supported you, and then you had another portion of people that really didn't want you to run, that would like, you know, say certain things. And so I remember there was a time where I really doubted myself and I felt really bad about myself. And then after a while, I just said, you know what? It is time for me to stop thinking this way, and it is time for me to be confident and actually love myself and love all the things that I'm doing and achieving. So now I'm here, and my mindset is completely different, and this is why I want to share certain things with you guys.
Well, it's kind of like the same thing to me, only for me, it's like, I realized how much loving yourself affected how like other people felt and the energy you transmitted to other people. So I know beforehand I used to be really insecure about like my face, my personality and stuff like that. But then one day I was like, you know what, I'm cool. And then when the person next to me heard that, they were like, oh, you know, I think I'm pretty cool too. And it's just like the energy you bring when you start to love yourself to other people is so, the feeling is just amazing. So self-love is important to yourself and to other people as well, like how you feel about yourself. So I just felt like that we needed to discuss that a little bit more.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. Like, you can tell like when, especially since I've been an athlete for like most of my life, that comparing and competing is like a big thing, even if it's like subconsciously, like you don't really notice, but when you're about to go against someone, like I run, so when I'm about to go against someone or I see the other girls there, I'm like, oh, she looks like a certain way, so like I feel like she'll like be faster or like she's better at something else than I am based on her appearance. And even like my own teammates, like we would compare ourselves to each other and like a lot, or like not just like our appearances, but like our abilities and everything. And we realized that after a while that was like really negative and it only brought like negativity. But once like we started focusing more on ourselves rather than comparing ourselves to each other, it brought a lot more positivity and we were able to work a lot better as a team.
Yeah, exactly, Kiara. Like as an athlete, people would tell me that I should eat more to run more faster. I should do this. Like, why are you so skinny? You won't be able to like be in a sports team if you don't have a certain athlete weight or you don't gain weight, because I'm like very skinny. I weigh under 100 pounds, but I didn't let that things get to me. And I know my worth and the things that I do for myself. And at the end of the day, whatever you decide for yourself is what it's going to help you to grow. And I didn't let the things get to me, and I'm a varsity player right now. And that's the thing, like that's what we want to share with you guys, to conquer your insecurities and be the best of yourselves.
Gotta love it. I know I discovered self-love not too long ago, and that's sad to say, but that's the reality of most teens these days. Like, we feel that we need to meet a certain standard, but the only people who make that standard is ourselves and our mentalities. So I realized if I was having a good day, it's because I was thinking positively. If I was having a bad day, it's because I was thinking negatively. And nobody had more power to my happiness than myself. And I just want to share that with everyone around me too. And I just love talking with other people about self-love. So let's get right into it. The
Oh my gosh,
conversation.
can I
This
just
is
add
what we're
one
getting
thing?
into. Yeah, Amy?
Oh my gosh. So I love that you said that, because we are our own worst critics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the fact that like we mentioned that, I love it. Okay. Sorry,
Well,
like I needed to like say that, because I feel like people say it, but then they don't listen to it. And it's like, no, like we set a bar for ourselves, and it's like sometimes it's just unbelievable on like how bad we judge ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So the fact that we hit on that, I love it.
and there's definitely ways to remind ourselves about that, especially when we're feeling low. And one great way how to practice that is positive affirmations. So as some of you may know, I was the president of the Zake High School Student Council. And one thing that I wanted to initiate, and hopefully it continues on for future school years, was positive affirmations. Every morning, all the students heard my annoying voice with positivity to start off their productive days. And I'm just going to share with you. So hopefully you remember, you can sing along with me. I will remain focused on my goals. Even if I have a moment of difficulty, I will not give up. I know success comes with consistency. I know that I will make it. Things will get better. No problem or challenge will stop me. Everything I deserve is coming my way. I just love that positive affirmation so much. And there's countless more affirmations that you can say to yourself. And it's just a tool to use. So your subconscious, your mentality, we process things without even knowing it. And one of the things that we can process, like without any effort, just listening to it and remembering it for ourselves, it creates a healthier mentality for us and builds confidence with ourselves, because we're reminding ourselves that we don't have to be this perfect person. We're only human. And the best thing we can do is just progress each and every day. And positive affirmations definitely help with that. Whatever you're going through, just talking to yourself, so like things full of positivity and hope, it's gonna get you farther than you think. That was one thing I wanted to mention, and that's just the beginning. So another thing I wanted to talk about was female empowerment. So not just building ourselves up, but building other people up. Not just female empowerment, empowerment of all genders. You have to build other people up instead of tearing them down. The same thing you do for yourself. You have to talk to yourself the way how you'll talk to your best friend. You know, I'm not talking about the informal way. When they're going through something, you know, you're gonna treat them with positivity and love. But when you're going through a bad day, it's nothing but bullies. Like, you're bullying your own self and it doesn't make sense. So why can't we change our habits to more healthy mentalities and get the situation going so everybody could feel the same love that we should be feeling on a daily basis? It's not that hard. I mean, we try it at youth council. Like, if someone's going through a bad day, we're not going to come at them crazy. We understand that everyone goes through their own things, whether we know about it or not. And the thing to combat that, any problem we face, is love.
Yeah.
I'm nervous. So nervous. We have so much to say, but so little time.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you and how important it is to just empower one another, because just like again, how you think of yourself, it's super important that you love yourself every day. Like beforehand, again, like I used to wake up, tell myself, oh my God, it's gonna be a hard day. You maybe like you can't do it. But then suddenly, you know, you just start to look at yourself and you're like, oh shoot, like I can do it. I'm strong. And just that whole thing kind of impacts how your day goes. And just you can tell that to somebody else, because sometimes, you know, people need to hear that, oh, I'm proud of you. You can do it. And I think that's so important. And just spreading all that positivity is just something we need to start doing a little bit more, you know?
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
that also applies not just to yourself, but who you surround yourself with. Because if you surround yourself with negative people, negative energy around you, fake friends and toxic people, then even though you're feeling good about yourself, there's gonna be people who's gonna pull you down. But instead, have friends who are like your mother, or the person that you could trust and be yourself with, and not fake a different personality that you're not. And it's a most important thing for a female, because there's a lot of beauty standards that they go through. You have to look a certain way. You should have a certain type of body, and that's just the way society is. But you should not just let that get to yourself, because you're beautiful, you know yourself, and that's what that matters.
We typically don't see people in the media who look like us, but we can work to essentially popularize figures who we see ourselves becoming, rather than features we may perceive as unattainable and lowering our self-esteem. It's a real thing, guys. But we can work to create a healthier mentality, like eating healthier and working out, but for your mind, and inspire others to do the same. So instead of wanting to have the same figure or physical features as some supermodel, we should aspire to have the same self-love, the same confidence, the same positive thinking that has helped people succeed in the past. So let's use social media more intentionally to change the way we process things. I want to clearly clarify something. We are the ones who control the societal expectations that we choose to fill our minds with. The media isn't all bad. It's a way we use that's not hurting. I'm sorry. It's the way that we're using it that's hurting us. And social media is simply the collective opinions of people from all types of communities. So we have to find our own communities that represent us, that we resonate with. And it's up to us to think for ourselves and encourage others to do the same. And it could apply to anything. It could apply to politics, gossip, history, whatever. Because you, at the end of the day, are responsible for controlling how you respond to information you don't accept. And it's more mature to tell people not to believe everything that they see on social media, because if they were using it the right way, they'll get plenty of good out of it.
So back to the social media and what Nidhi said before about, like, at the end of the day, you do know who you are. And I don't know how many times I've told people, like, you may not want to be where you are right now with self-love and self-growth, whether it's emotionally, mentally, physically, but just try to be proud of where you are, because you're not at square one and you're going to continue to grow. And you can continue to grow if you surround yourself with people that are going to help you grow. Because when you think about it, especially for females, especially our age, go through this. We're always trying to find ourselves, and we're trying to better ourselves. And honestly, I think it's a lifelong journey, because you're going to change, you're going to continue to change, but please surround yourself with people that are going to lift you up. They are going to be your support, and yourself too, but always remember, you have to have a support system.
Yeah, and I want to kind
also
of
to end that, it just doesn't have to be the person who's same age as yours. It could be a teacher, it could be a counselor, it could be your mother, it could be anyone. Just have someone that you could talk to and be yourself around.
Yeah, and I kind of want to add on to that regarding, like, it happens to females, yes, but it's also like males. Like, don't surround yourself with people who, like, make you feel bad for who you are, you know? Like, people start to normalize things that boys like shouldn't be sensitive, shouldn't cry. Oh, stop! No, take that all away. Surround yourself with boys that tell you, bro, you want to cry? Let's cry together. You know,
Right?
they make you feel bad about who you are. Get them out. Like, it's gonna be tough, because I know they're your close friends and stuff like that. But sometimes it's okay to put yourself first. It really is. Like, once you start kind of deciding, oh, you're bad for my life, you're not getting me to where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be afraid to do that. You know, at the end of the day, you have yourself, love yourself. It's harder than it seems. I know, harder said than done, but you can do it, and that's so important. So female, male, surround yourself with people that push you to be the best. That's really something you got to do, man.
Guys, if you feel pressure to hide a part of yourself or change into someone that others want you to be, then those people should not be in your life, people. Those
Right.
That's not worth it
at all. They don't deserve you, and you don't need them, okay?
Right.
We need to truly understand the significance of who we choose to associate ourselves with. Because teen girls especially, like we're all saying, we've experienced ourselves, we've seen it. Our vulnerability of females, it's a target. And usually females, because of that, are coerced into toxic relationships, and they don't even realize it. That's crazy, because it happens around us, but nobody talks about it. So if nobody talks about it, then it's almost as if it doesn't happen, like it's not existing. But we all know once we're behind those doors in our bedroom and the tears be falling, that's when we're gonna believe it. But that's when it's too late. We have to be proactive rather than reactive. We need to understand that whatever anybody else says, the only thing that matters is what's in here. And everything we discussed is gonna help you find yourself and love that person.
Yes.
Preach.
Oh my gosh, can I just add one thing?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, with everything that is going on right now in our world with the Black Lives Matter movement and everything else, I have seen a lot of women come together and really like fight for things that they want. And it makes me so happy as a female because it makes me feel so empowered. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Like, right. That's right. Like, that's how I should be acting, or that's how, like, you know, we should be feeling. Because, and like we've talked about before, instead of tearing each other down, like, women are coming together. And it is such a good thing to see, because I think that our generation is really going to turn things around for the better. And I honestly can't wait to be a part of it, as we all are. And I just think it's really amazing.
If we continue to develop relationships with negative type of people, then we're blatantly sabotaging ourselves from having a better future. Yes. So let's put ourselves first. Let's put ourselves first for a change. That way we won't feel pressure to change who we are. Instead, we're choosing the people we associate with in order to surround ourselves with love and prosperity. Nothing else. We don't have any negativity, okay? This is only about us. We're doing this for us and for our futures. And all the people around us, so they could get the same positive self-lovery vibes, and we could all make a better society for ourselves.
Yes.
So with that being said, I just want to move on to the recap of all that we've talked about today. Speaking of self-love, are there any sources of Instagram accounts, YouTube accounts, websites, quotes that, you know, promote self-love and that you look from time to time that have helped you in your self-love journey?
Yes. Okay, so I follow a lot of, you know, women on social media because I find a lot of them empowering. But here are two specific that I follow. So I'm pretty sure you guys know her. Do you know Mina Harris? She's Kamala Harris's niece. Okay, so I'm guessing not. But she started a campaign called Phenomenal Woman. And it has expanded tremendously, where she now makes like sweaters and t-shirts that say like phenomenally Black, phenomenally Latina, like all these things. And I think it is so empowering and so important, because her wear and her line is basically like, I'm a female, this is who I am, and I can run for office, I can start my own business, like this is me. So I love her. And then I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but her name is Ashley Lemieux. I think that's how you say it. Now, she recently wrote a book called Born to Shine, and she basically talks about all of her struggles and all the things that she's been through. And when I follow her and when I like read all about her, to me, like, she's one woman, but I feel like she's representing thousands of women, because women are resilient, point blank period. Like, women are resilient, and we are overachievers, we are overcomers. And I feel like when people doubt that, like, it hurts so many people. So these two women, I follow them, I love them, and maybe you should too.
And just to add on that, if you guys like watching YouTube videos like I do, there's a YouTuber named Ciara Silty. I don't know how to say. Yeah, Ciara, that's her name. She posts about body positivity. She also posts about loving yourself the way you are. She also posts about being confident on social media, how you represent yourself, and just stuff like, you know, self-empowerment. So if you guys are really into YouTube, then you guys should check her out.
With all of that being said, we would like to give a special thanks to our mayor for giving us the opportunity to meet each other and have this conversation. Thank you, Mayor Laura, and thank you to all for watching. Until next time, and remember, nothing is more important than loving yourself. And stay tuned for future podcasts. Bye.
Bye. Love
Bye.
yourself, guys. Bye-bye.